Michael Turner was a 42-year-old electrician living in a quiet suburb of Cincinnati with his 12-year-old daughter, Emily. Since the tragic death of his wife in a house fire 2 years earlier, he had shut himself off from the world, burying himself in work and pushing all emotion away. Emily tried to reach her father, but he always responded with silence or short phrases. At school, she began struggling, constantly drawing the same image, a dark house with no windows. One night, during a neighborhood blackout, Emily asked Michael to tell a story like her mom used to. He hesitated, but the flickering candlelight and the hopeful look in her eyes broke his silence. For the first time since the fire, he spoke of her laughter, her dreams, the songs they used to sing together. Emily smiled. That was the first light to return to their home. The following week, Michael found an old recipe notebook in a drawer, filled with notes from his wife and childish doodles from a much younger Emily. It reminded him that there had been life before the pain. Inspired, he started cooking with his daughter, even though he barely knew how, laughing at mistakes and rediscovering forgotten flavors. Emily, who had once avoided being home, began looking forward to those moments. They started taking evening walks together around the neighborhood, just like they used to as a family. Gradually, the house began to fill with laughter again. One day, while visiting her school, Michael saw a mural with drawings about what love is. In Emily's drawing, there was a house with open windows, and in the background, 3 figures holding hands. Michael cried right there in the hallway, realizing it's never too late to rebuild what trauma once tried to destroy. The pain was still there, but now it shared space with something new, hope. Months later, Michael volunteered to teach basic electrical skills at a community center, where he began helping young people who, like him, were living in darkness, not just in their homes, but in their lives. Emily sometimes joined him, helping with posters and organizing tools, proud of the man her father was becoming. On her 13th birthday, Michael took her to an open field, where he prepared a small surprise. Hundreds of light bulbs hanging from trees, all lit up by a generator he had built himself. "We can't always stop the blackouts," he said, "but we can choose where to turn on the lights." Emily hugged him tightly, and in that moment, the weight they carried seemed to disappear in the gentle glow of the bulbs. The lesson was clear for anyone who heard their story. No matter how dark life may seem, there's always a thread of light waiting to be reconnected.